Ah, yes, the age-old villain of the nutritional world, cholesterol. For decades, the word alone was enough to strike fear into the hearts of toast lovers, shrimp cocktail fans, and, of course, anyone who dared enjoy a sunny-side-up egg without a side of guilt. But here's the twist that science has been steadily whispering and now shouting over the last couple of decades. Dietary cholesterol, that is, the kind found in foods like eggs, shrimp, and even that seductive slab of liver pate, is not the hardened criminal we once thought it was. In fact, it's more of a misunderstood side character in the soap opera that is cardiovascular health. The real drama queen? Saturated fat. Now, before we get into blaming anyone too harshly, let's set the stage. Your blood cholesterol levels, particularly the notorious LDL, low-density lipoprotein, have long been associated with heart disease risk. And it made intuitive sense back in the day. Eat cholesterol. Raise your cholesterol. Straightforward, right? Well, only if the human body were as simple as a toddler's Lego set. Turns out our bodies are far more sophisticated than that, and also kind of sassy when it comes to cholesterol management. The liver, that multitasking MVP of metabolism, makes the bulk of your body's cholesterol supply regardless of what you eat. So when you chow down on a cholesterol-rich food, your liver often compensates by dialing back its own production. Neat trick, right? So why did eggs get such a bad rap? Well, because nutrition science was in its rebellious teen years and just figuring itself out. Early studies didn't differentiate between saturated fat and dietary cholesterol, so everything got lumped into one terrifying, artery-clogging category. Poor eggs were just caught in the crossfire. Meanwhile, saturated fat, found in things like butter, fatty cuts of red meat, cheese, and many processed snacks, quietly wreaked havoc like a stealthy villain in a crime novel. It increases LDL cholesterol by telling your liver to make more of it and by slowing the clearance of LDL particles from your bloodstream. That's a double whammy. It's like inviting your messy cousin to stay over and then also deciding not to clean up after them. Heart disease, party of one. Now, let's not demonize all saturated fat. It's not the dietary equivalent of Voldemort. Some saturated fats, especially those found in whole, minimally processed foods like coconut or dairy, might behave a little differently in the body than those pumped into ultra-processed snacks. Context matters. But if your LDL levels are creeping up like the villain in a bad horror movie, saturated fat is still your most likely suspect. That smoked cheddar may be delicious, but it could be whispering sweet nothings to your arteries in all the wrong ways. Meanwhile, let's circle back to dietary cholesterol because it deserves a public apology. Studies have shown that for most people, especially the healthy majority without genetic cholesterol disorders, eating eggs does not increase your heart disease risk. In fact, eggs are nutrient-dense little ovals of awesomeness. They've got protein, B vitamins, choline, which is great for your brain, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are great for your eyes. And shrimp? High in cholesterol, yes, but low in saturated fat and packed with lean protein, selenium, and even some omega-3s. Eating them isn't a betrayal of your arteries. It's more like throwing them a delicious party. So, where does all this leave us? With a more balanced and frankly more enjoyable approach to eating, you can stop panicking about that Sunday brunch omelet. Your breakfast isn't a time bomb, it's breakfast. Worry less about the cholesterol numbers on food labels and more about the overall quality of the fats you're consuming. Plant oils like olive and avocado? Fantastic. Nuts and seeds? Glorious. Fatty fish like salmon? Your heart will write you a thank you note. And if you want a steak once in a while, go for it. Just don't let it be the headline of your diet every day. In the end, the real lesson here isn't just about saturated fat or cholesterol, it's about nuance. Nutrition isn't a courtroom drama where foods are either guilty or innocent. It's more like a dinner party where some guests behave better than others, but everyone has something to bring to the table. Except maybe trans fats. They're the ones who spike the punch and flip the table. We don't invite them anymore. So yes, give saturated fat a closer look. But give dietary cholesterol a break. Your heart will be better for it, and so will your breakfast.